Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson I will teach you how to graph quadratic functions by using table of values. Of course, there's a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one, so we need to complete the table. So to complete the table, so when x is equal to negative 4, so we can see every time we see x, we need to replace with 4. So let me just write this out first. So when x is equal to negative 4, so y is equal to negative x squared. So we know that x is negative 4. So therefore, that will give me negative 4 squared and minus 2 lots of x. So 2 lots of x means, which is minus x is negative 4. So we just put brackets, okay? So add 3. So now I just put negative brackets, negative 4, close brackets, square. And then we minus 2 lots of negative 4. Brackets and plus 3. So there you go. The answer is negative 5. When x is equal to negative 3, so that means we need to change that into negative 3. So when x is negative 3. So now we just need to change the value on calculator. Otherwise, you can just retype that in, okay? So make sure you put a bracket on. So 3, we go here. 3. So there you go. It's 0. So let me just write this down. And when x is equal to negative 2, so we know that this value here change to negative 2. So I just change the value on my calculator. So you can retype, otherwise just change it. There you go. The answer is 3. So when x is negative 1, so same rule applies. So you got the idea. So I just put them in a calculator. So just go back. There you go. The answer is 4. And when x is 0, you should get a 3. So otherwise, I can just go back. I change it to 0. There you go. It's 3. And when x equal to 1, so I just change it into 1. So the answer is 0. So when x equal to 2, so negative 5. There you go. Now part B, sketch the functions. So all I need to do now is to just plot these values from the table and then I just join the points together, okay? So now the first point is negative 4, negative 5. So that means when x is negative 4, y is equal to negative 5. So negative 4, negative 5 is here. And then when x is equal to negative 3, y is equal to 0. So negative 3, 0 is here. And when x is negative 2, y is equal to 3. So negative 2, 3 here. And when x is negative 1, y is equal to 4. So negative 1, 4 is here. And when x equals 0, y is equal to 3. So 0, 3 is here. And when x is 1, y is equal to 0. So 1, 0 there. So 1, 0 will be here. And when x is equal to 2, y is equal to negative 5. So it's here. So now I just join these points together. So I start from negative 1, 4. So that is called turning point here. And this one. And just look at the point, okay? So 2, negative 5 here, of course. So next one. So now we need to write down all these features. So first of all, we need to write down the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is when the graph cut the y-axis. So in this case, the y-intercept, it cut at y-axis is here. So the y-intercept is 3. So when it cut the y value at 3. So y-intercept is equal to 3. I'll just write this down. So y is equal to 3. And x-intercepts. So x-intercept is when the graph cut the x-axis. So in this case, the x-intercept is here. Okay, it cut the x-axis at this point and this point. So the x-intercept for this one here is x is equal to 1. And this point here is x is equal to negative 3. So let me write this down. So x-intercept is at x is equal to negative 3 and x is equal to 1. So now turning point. Now turning point is where the graph start turning. Okay, the point where the graph turning. So in this case, this is the turning point. Now turning point will tell you maximum or minimum value of y. So if the graph, like in this case here, because you're going to turn upside down, so the turning point will tell you the maximum value of y. Okay, if it upright like this, the turning point will tell you the minimum value of y. So in this case, I just write down the turning point first. So the turning point is negative 1 and 4. So let me write this down. So the turning point is x is equal to negative 1 and y is equal to 4 because it said turning point. So we need to write down the x and the y value. Okay. Now the maximum value. So the maximum value for this graph here is 4. Okay. So turning point will tell you the maximum value. Okay. So the y value is 4. So therefore this point here, the y value is 4. So the maximum value is y is equal to 4. So there you go. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi, I'm back. How did you go? So let me go through it with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into this. So first of all, let's fill up the table first, okay? So when y is equal to negative 2, so this means that y will give me, so brackets negative 2 squared minus 4 lots of negative 2 and minus 5 because x is equal to negative 2. So let me just put on the calculator. So now I just put brackets negative 2 square and minus 4 brackets negative 2 and minus 5. So the answer is 7. So let me just write this down. And when x is negative 1, so when x is negative 1, so I just change that into negative 1, or you can retype it, equal to 0. So when x is equal to 0, similarly, y is equal to negative 5. And when x is equal to 1, so you can just put that in the calculator. So the answer is negative 8. And when x is equal to 2, so we just change it into 2. So the answer is negative 9. And when x is 3, and the answer is negative 8. And you got the idea. So when x is 4, okay, you put in a calculator, so you get negative 5. So when x equals 5, so put in a calculator, you get a 0. And when x equals 6, we get a 7. There you go. So now let's part B. Let's get the graph. So to get the graph, I just put these value in. So when x is negative 2, y is equal to 7. So negative 2, 7. So negative 2, 7 is here. And when x is negative 1, y is 0. And when x is 0, y is negative 5. And when x is negative 1, y is negative 8. And when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 8. So 1, 8 is here. And when x is 2, y is equal to negative 9. All the way is here. And when x is equal to 3, y is equal to negative 8. And we just plot these points in. 4, negative 5. And then 5, 0. And 6, 7. So there you go. Now we just need to join these points together. So join this. So we just start from the turning point, okay? It's just easier, that's all. And then we look for the next point and we're just aiming to it. So this one is a curve. So we start from here and look at the next point and extend the line a little bit. And we'll start from this end. Extend the line a bit, okay? So there you go. Now we just need to write down the y-intercept. Y-intercept is when the graph cut the y-axis. In this case, it cut at y equal to 5, negative. So we just write y is equal to negative 5. And x-intercept is when it cut the x-axis. So in this case, it cut the x-axis at 5 and negative 1. So now we just say x-intercept is at x is equal to negative 1 and x is equal to 5. Now turning point. So turning point is the point where the graph starts turning. So it's in here, okay? So this is the turning point. So in this point here, x is equal to 2. So when x is 2, y equal 9, negative. So 2, negative 9. That is the turning point. Now the minimum value. For this graph here, the smallest value, the minimum value is negative 9. Because the turning point will tell you the minimum value in this case here. Because the graph is upright. So minimum value is the y value here. Okay, that's the smallest value for y. So therefore, the minimum value is y is equal to negative 9. There you go. I hope you got all of them correct. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.